Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored this week by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683. Let us solve your problems. And by Tiffany Dry Cleaners, pickup and delivery in West Hempstead and surrounding communities, 718-309-5222. And by IND Glot Market, 327 Hempstead Avenue for all of your shopping needs. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan, and hey, Adam, and welcome, Norm.
How you doing, Dave?
Couldn't be better. You know, everyone's talking about this, huge storm. It's going to be the end of the world as usual. West Hempstead, not so bad. We got hit with some pretty heavy wind and rain, but most of the brunt of the storm really went to the South Shore.
I'll tell you, I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was pretty brutal. They were hammering against the house. I was really getting concerned. You rarely see anything like that.
Well, guess what? It's not so rare, because we're going to do it all again this weekend. So, yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
It's just storm after storm. Seems to be the new pattern, and the Arctic thing is coming down from the north, and it's going to actually get cold in the winter.
I remember when it used to be snow.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to snow anymore. They keep warning us of a snowpocalypse, but it never materializes anymore.
But you think about it, we got a couple of inches of water. That's like 24 inches of snow. Yeah. That would have been a serious blizzard.
If the climate was normal, sure.
Yeah, I'm not good at the math. I will say a bunch of branches came down around my yard, some of them pretty big. I'm glad I was inside the house is all I'll tell you.
There you go. And that kind of sums it up. Everyone should be at the beach because there is no winter, as we just mentioned. But, really strange article that showed up on Newsday about the town of Hempstead dismantling the EMS service for the town of Hempstead beaches. And they basically just shut it down.
I'm not exactly sure what they did. There were 70 people employed by them a couple of years ago, and now they're all gone. So they're depending on what they call a humongous number of lifeguards.
Yeah, quote unquote. I mean, it's like, that's great. God forbid you have an emergency at the beach, and it's like, does this lifeguard know what to do?
What if you have an emergency 2 blocks away from the beach? Does a lifeguard run and get you?
Yeah, it kind of catching everyone by surprise. The town of Hempstead is not being transparent about this at this moment.
What a shock. They're always so
shocking. And no EMS at the beaches going forward.
Yeah, just for the record, there is a story from News 12, actually back in October. This is apparently not the first set of cuts, where apparently they have been semi-providing services, helping local volunteers, I guess. But now it sounds like anybody who was left has now been axed, if I'm understanding how the story is breaking down.
They turned over all the vehicles to the town of Hempstead, which owned them to begin with, and that's how that's over.
Yeah, it's just shut down. All right, well, there you go. So, Long Island Railroad schedule changes. We just got 2 changes that'll be coming up this week. The 6:11 p.m. train from Penn Station to West Hempstead will depart from Atlantic Terminal at 6:09 p.m. And the 6:39 p.m. train from Atlantic Terminal to West Hempstead will depart from Penn Station at 6:40 p.m. Do you like my train voice? Does anyone give a crap about my train voice?
That is a good train voice, actually.
Good news.
And essentially, we're swapping out the origin locations for these 2 trains. One from Penn is now from Atlantic, and one from Atlantic is now Penn. But
the good news is, though, neither of those changes affect my commute, so we can all breathe easier.
Good.
Dan, does it affect you?
no, I think I should be fine.
Good.
We're good.
So we're good. All right, and maybe now is a good time.
Hopefully things convenient for some other people.
Maybe now is a good time for us to take a break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
Welcome back. So, Norm, we all grieve about our taxes. What do you got for us?
So I got a notice last week that Maid and Bound saved me $1,200, which of course is not true because they get half the savings.
Right.
So I did save $600, but had I not used them, I would have pocketed the full $1,200. So John Giuffre has a seminar coming up. You can it's a 2024 virtual property tax grievance seminar. You can get online and check it out. It's at www.nassaucounty.gov/LD8. It's John Giuffre's area, and he's sponsoring it, so check it out.
All right, well, there you go. And here's the big news. I mean, this is like really, really huge news. Jersey Mike's is now open on Hempstead Turnpike. Wow. You know why I say wow? Because like our site lit up when we put in Jersey Mike's. I mean, we had, hundreds of people coming in, immediately once the story was posted. Who knew? Like, quite honestly, I've never been to Jersey Mike's, but it must be a really popular place.
Jersey Mike's is opening thousands of locations all around the country. It's like exploded.
Hopefully hiring local people.
I hope so.
And we need a hero, and now we have one.
There you go. So over in the CVS parking lot on Hempstead Turnpike, I did notice the other day they've blocked off a couple of parking spots there for, driver pickups, Uber Eats and all that kind of stuff. So, but good. Listen, hopefully another business in town is exciting and people will take advantage of it.
All right, Jersey Mike's.
By the way, talking about excitement, I drove past National Liquidators.
Yeah.
There's a chunk of that building missing.
Yeah, there's a hole there. We'll have some pictures posted up on the site.
Hopefully that was intentional.
Anyway, a rabbi and a priest walked into a synagogue.
I heard this one before.
You heard this stuff. Actually, Adam, maybe you can fill us in on the details.
This is something we wanted to do a long time. What better service for ECHO than to bring together faith leaders and have a conversation and start dialogues and cooperation and interfaith communication. We had a chance to sit down with Father Tony Stanganelli of St. Thomas of West Hempstead and Rabbi Art Vernon of Congregation Share Shalom of West Hempstead for a really fascinating conversation.
You did the interview. What was it like? I mean, it must have been a pretty intense conversation.
Well, what struck me is the rapport that they had, and I'm sure certainly they knew each other, but to the extent that they were able to have that very substantive conversation, it felt like really getting a ball rolling, and it's hopefully something we can do on a regular basis. And they certainly each invited each other to speak to their respective congregations, and that's something we want to see more of, everybody coming together and talking about what unites us. And there are certainly times when we need clergy and faith leaders to step up and tell their communities, this might be an issue that's contentious, let's sit down and talk about it as citizens and as taxpayers, so that everybody gets to the fullest extent possible, the best result.
Yep. So keep an eye out. We're going to have that up for you. I hope pretty soon. It was a really, really good interview.
It really was.
We don't very often have the intermingling of different clergy, but they did get together when we had that rally for the hostages and for Israel.
Yeah.
They both spoke beautifully at that rally.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is the beginning of something that we can continue doing.
I'll give you my 30 seconds. I was off the wall, uplifted by being in the room with the priest and the rabbi. It was amazing. I thought the chemistry, the energy, the willingness to work together, the humor, it was all there. It actually restored some of my faith in humanity, which has, kind of been destroyed lately. And it was really amazing.
Hopefully we can restore the rest of it.
Yeah, so moving along to the West Hempstead boys basketball team. The team is 8-3. They're having a really good year. I mean, they're just kind of winning everything, and not everything, but they're winning most of the games. They'll be playing on the 10th at Oyster Bay, and the 13th they'll be playing against East Rockaway. One of the big standouts on the basketball team is Isaiah Blunt, who's averaging 18.1 points a game, and he's in the top 20 in Nassau County.
Great.
And the basketball team is really doing amazing.
All right. What other sports do we have in town?
Well, of course, it wouldn't be ECHO if we wouldn't have a backgammon update. And, fortunately, I got the most immediate information from Paul Gurwitz. And, here we go. The West Hempstead ECHO tournament started with 12 backgammon seasoned and
wannabes
from all over. They got down to 7. There was a double elimination draw. Don't even ask me. Paul started talking about it. I had no idea what he was talking about. But here it is. At the end of the day, there are 3 people who are undefeated. You got Frady Moskowitz, you got David Tannenbaum, and of course you got Mitch Orlovsky. So it's probably going to be one of those 3. I'm not sure who you're going to put your money on. It's really a tough bet, and I don't want to put any pressure on any of these people. And we certainly want to wish them all great success and enjoy your backgammon.
So what does the winner get? get?
The
What's
winner
story?
gets a trophy and gets a huge check from Echo that they could probably get a couple of slices of pizza for.
A free trip to Malvern.
Yeah, there you go. No speeding tickets. So that'll do it for this week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you, Dan. I want to thank you, Adam. I want to thank you, Norm. It's been a real spirited week. Hang on to your hats. Storm's coming, but enjoy
Be
yourselves.
safe and drive safe.
Stay dry.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would like to sponsor our program, much like Spiegel Law, PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, or I&D Glot Market, please reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.